Welcome back to the channel. You already know, Looper Norris. Hopefully everyone's doing good out there. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the videos, the music that I'm putting out. New mixtape, #INDICA, that's set for October 4th this week. So Friday, that's when the mixtape drops. Everywhere you'll be able to find it. Today, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the whole situation between LA and Toronto. So the Drake and Kendrick beef, everybody knows about that by now. I thought the beef was gonna continue between Drake and Kendrick, especially after Kendrick Lamar dropped the one diss track with the beat up Air Forces, Black Air Force Ones or whatever. I mean, it was a diss track towards Drake. Not really. Kind of hard to figure out if it was a diss track towards Drake or just another track Kendrick Lamar randomly dropped, because there is a lot of things to it when you're listening to the track, but Drake didn't really respond to that track, so maybe the beef is over. This whole beef is starting to turn into an LA versus Toronto thing, and there was a stream that Aiden Ross, the famous streamer from the States, he recently moved to Toronto, started the stream with Top 5, which is a rapper from Toronto that went to jail recently. He got out of jail, he's out, so Aiden Ross started a stream with Top 5. Can't really tell who the other dudes were, but for sure Top 5 and YG was included in the stream. Also DJ Academics, who's an American rap journalist, internet guy. They have the stream. A lot of different things happen in this stream that's connected to the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef, and I'm gonna use this video to break down this whole situation, what had happened in that stream, all the things that are connected with the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef that started that stream, what's wrong and what's right about this whole thing, speak my mind about this whole situation, specifically the stream, a lot of the stuff that was said in the stream. I'm gonna break it down and give you guys my thoughts about the whole thing. I mean, besides the Black Air Force Ones track by Kendrick Lamar, after Not Like Us, the music video, the live performance done in LA, I thought this was over with, honestly. Like, Drake is like really rich, you know what I mean? Like, he's very, very rich, and I'm sure he's got to be very busy with his touring, you know what I mean? All of the businesses that he runs. He's almost a billionaire, if not he is a billionaire. You got to think, like, in a life of a billionaire, you got so much to like do and pay attention to. Like, I didn't think this whole like beef would extend up until like October, September time. You gotta think, man, this beef started like April, I think, of this year. After the Not Like Us song, after the song dropped, I honestly thought it was it, bro. Like, I'm thinking Drake is way too busy of a person to care about this. After taking the loss, he for sure lost. I'm thinking Drake is the type of artist that's way too rich, way too busy just to care about losing. That's one, because he doesn't really lose. He's still relevant. He's still the most famous rapper besides Kendrick Lamar. If anything, after this beef, they're equally the most famous rappers in the world as we speak. I'm thinking this guy has no time to respond back to Kendrick, even after that Black Air Force Ones track, as well as Kendrick Lamar, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure after he dropped the Black Air Force Ones track, he probably stopped caring about this too. Both artists are way too famous, way too rich to care about this beef as much as the fans do, because if anything, it's really the fans from both parties maybe talking about it on their own like channels, like YouTube channels, maybe like they have their own social media work that they do, and they're getting a lot of like plays, views off of talking about this whole thing, making money off of talking about, because this is a pretty like big situation, at least in the rap world. That could be a good reason why this beef has continued on up until this point. This is definitely not like the Biggie and Tupac situation like 20 years ago. I mean, I really hope it doesn't go there, and it definitely can go there, but I don't think people should be looking at this situation the same way as Biggie and Tupac. That was a whole different thing, in my opinion, I think. think. I'm just a little bit concerned that fans might push it towards being that. I'm gonna break down the whole stream between Aiden Ross, DJ Academics, and Top 5, because I feel like streams like this, with all the fans like watching the stream and commenting about what they're talking about, can definitely push the situation into the wrong way, make it similar to Tupac and Biggie. I don't look at the beef between the two as serious as it was between Tupac and Biggie. That's why I don't think it would go there. Top 5, this guy is a Toronto rapper. Obviously, he's taking Drake's side because Toronto. You know what I mean? He basically said on stream that Kendrick Lamar is banned from Toronto. This is like the kind of stuff that I'm talking about, man. The beef between Kendrick and Drake wasn't that serious up until statements made like this. I don't think Kendrick Lamar is going to take it serious because it's Kendrick Lamar, man. He's got the whole West on his side. There's going to be a time where he'll just come to Toronto and not care at all. I can definitely see that happening, and I really hope nothing crazy happens out of that. I mean, look at Future and Metro Boomin. They just performed an arena show in Toronto not too long ago. It was a packed show, sold out tickets. Nothing at all happened before or after the show. Future and Metro were able to come to Canada with literally no problems. Nothing brought up in like the news or anything, right? So I think with Top 5 saying Kendrick Lamar is banned like he owns Toronto, I always thought that's like crazy how some people can just ban other people from cities and they don't even own the city. It's just statements like that make me a little bit worried about what this whole thing can turn into. It's like the fans of Drake and the fans of Kendrick that's pushing it to that direction. I'm pretty sure Kendrick Lamar and Drake themselves don't want anything to get like violent. I'm pretty sure they're both in the mindset that this is just a straight up rap battle between the two, and it's mutual between the two in terms of like making this a rap battle thing and not a physical like real beef thing. But even Top 5 straight up saying he's Drake's shooter, bro. He just got released from jail, bro. Like I wonder some of these rappers like think, bro, like whenever they have streams like this, no matter what they're saying, they can be saying all of the nice things in the world. Like the law is watching, bro. They're watching no matter what, especially a stream with a guy that's like a rapper that got let go out of jail, has like a criminal background. Like they're always watching. If you say crazy stuff on camera like that, you're basically snitching on yourself, man. It's like Rap Snitch Knishes by MF Doom, bro. Like that's probably one of the greatest songs to ever come out in rap history. Rap Snitch Knishes. If you haven't heard that song, listen to it by MF Doom. This is a perfect example of it, man. Like, so if you're just doing this to like get more numbers on your music, I would try to find a way to like keep the street stuff out of it. You probably can still generate the same amount of views and clout without talking about that stuff, and talk about something else, man. Do positive things. There's a lot of other things that these guys could be doing instead of talking a bunch of shit to each other on camera. Have like a bunch of eyes and attention on you while doing this. Aiden Ross. So this guy, like I was saying earlier, he recently moved to Toronto. Apparently he lived in Toronto like a little bit before when he was younger. He recently moved to Toronto. He's working with a bunch of Canadian streamers, which that's probably the best part about Aiden Ross moving to Toronto. He has a lot of money, he has a lot of clout, he's very, very famous, and he can really help a lot of Toronto guys with their like social media, with their like streaming, anything to do with that. Even Agent 00, I'm pretty sure he moved back to Toronto. He's from Toronto and he moved back from the States. Those two guys can really help a lot of Toronto mans with their streaming, with their social media stuff. So that part about Aiden Ross moving to Toronto, I really like to see, and I hope more famous streamers move to Toronto and there's more collaborations between the two. Like I don't want this beef to turn into like a USA versus Canada thing. That's the last thing that I want Drake versus Kendrick Lamar to turn into. Aiden Ross doing the stream with Top 5, it made Smack, which is a California dude associated with TDE. Apparently he's Schoolboy Q's brother. Anything that's against Kendrick Lamar and his crew, he's not about that. So he basically makes the threat. Seeing Aiden Ross do a stream with Top 5, tells Aiden Ross that he's banned from California, but apparently Aiden Ross grew up in California. That turned into a little something, and then there's a video showing Aiden Ross responding to Smack, telling him that that he's banned from California, responding back in a way where he's saying like, oh, I ain't banned from California, I grew up there, I'm gonna go back there like next week and nothing's gonna happen, I'm gonna have a bunch of security around me, oh, don't make me smack you, oh wait, never mind, don't make my security smack you. He immediately corrects himself in the video. Let me just like say that part made me laugh pretty hard when he quickly switched back. I mean, my security's gonna smack you. Like, that made me laugh just a bit. He tried to like level up his toughness to keep up with smack, basically. And then as soon as he started to go too far, he immediately pulled himself back and reminded himself like who he was. You know what I mean? Like, wait a second. And basically said, oh, my security guy is gonna do it. But I also thought it was funny how 80 from California has his own podcast. He's a rapper, used to work with Adam 22 and No Jumper, so he's part of that whole crew that left Adam 22 because of that whole situation. He does a stream, it's more like an interview with Friday from We Love Hip Hop. Shout out to Friday, by the way, and 80. Shout out to both of the mandem. It was funny how 80 was giving advice to Aiden Ross, basically saying like, bro, security gets popped every day. I don't think that was a threat. It was more of advice to Aiden Ross, basically saying it doesn't matter if you have security with you. I think the same thing goes with Toronto, because I don't know if you guys seen the video with Rick Ross going to Vancouver to perform, and his DJ started to play the Not Like Us song. The Vancouver fans were getting mad, offended about that. They approached Rick Ross, they told him to shut it off. Of course, you know, being Rick Ross, continued to play the song, and he got smacked up for it. I mean, his security, listen to what I'm saying, his security got smacked up for it. I'm with AD. It doesn't matter if you have security when you're playing with this like hood stuff, when you're playing with the streets. Like, security does not matter, bro, especially if you're responding back to threats with threats, saying like, oh, I'm gonna get my security to beat you up. Like, bro, that's not how it works. I think the best thing for Aiden Ross to do, let this whole thing cool off before trying to go to California. Maybe try to clear up that stuff with Smack, because you know what I mean, you don't want to play games with street dudes no matter what city it is. Like LA, Toronto, it does not matter. Like, if you're a good guy with a lot of money, you got lawyers, he was saying how he's gonna sue him. Don't try to play street mans with another street man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna go the right way with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my advice to Aiden. He's got a lot of money. He's got a lot of good things going on with him. So all in all, man, I don't think this is nowhere close to being as serious as the Biggie and Tupac thing. I don't think it's gonna ever get there, man. I really think that this is a Kendrick and Drake thing. Just between the two of them, between the two camps. This is not a Toronto versus LA thing. Even watching the AD Friday interview between the two, talking about the whole thing, like, there's no situation, man. This is between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. You'll have guys like Top 5 saying this and that, and then people from California might say some things, but all in all, man, I don't think it's gonna ever go Tupac and Biggie direction. I think this is just a straight up rap battle between Kendrick and Drake that was a long time ago, that might be like done now, because honestly, I can see a lot of people being done with the whole thing, just being tired about the whole situation, tired of Kendrick fans and Drake fans talking about the whole thing even months after Not Like Us dropped. I think this whole thing is just dragging on at this point. Both Kendrick Lamar and Drake are far too important and rich and busy to continue to care about this whole thing. No, I wouldn't be surprised if Drake drops another diss track, because, you know, the Black Air Force One's track, for the most part, I just think both artists are way too busy. Who knows what will happen? Hopefully it stays as a rap battle between Kendrick and Drake. Anything could happen, but I really do want to see Toronto artists being able to go to California, no problem, and California artists able to come to Toronto, do their thing, perform, stream, whatever way they have to make money. No problems at all. Based off of AD and Friday's conversation with each other, like, I really hope that's how it is. Yeah, man, this whole thing's been crazy, bro. Like, the kind of stuff like these mans are saying on stream, bro. Like, Top 5, like, this guy he just got out of jail, bro. Like, what the hell? Let me know what you guys think about the whole thing, about this whole situation, bro. That's all I got for this one. Make sure you guys subscribe subscribe to the channel. More content on the way. Hashtag INDICA for October 4th. Big time mixtape, man. This one's dropping on Friday, 12 o'clock, right on the dot. So get ready for that. Stay tuned. That's all I got for this video, man. I'm out. Peace.